am proud as a Rivers man. When I was governor, Nigeria had about Rivers State. When I was governor, Nigeria had about what? Rivers State. If you don't agree, I don't agree. If you don't give what belongs to us, you don't go walk. And that is what I've always preached. Whether Nigeria likes it or not, they must listen to the voice of Rivers State.
In regard to the locking up of our party, is absolutely sacrilegious, unacceptable, and culturally inadmissible. One, the Minister of Federal Capital Territory, Wike, Governor Wike, my political son, it looks like as if this is the party that brought you to life. It's like going back to your village and you have your family house. They haven't paid some ground rent and you are the chairman of the local government. The next thing you will do, how much were we owing? 7 million naira, which you could pay.
Once you are not on the political spectrum, people can overlook these things. But this PDP case was because of the political spectrum. Today, PDP had ground rent issues. FIRS have come out and said they paid.
Yes.
Why wasn't the payment ratified? And please, I will ask the Abuja Development Council, whatever the council is, to please have a technologically based number. Once you pay, it issues as a return, and you have a backlog in their files. Why was it, some questions I want to ask, that why was it that it was when we saw Minister Wike take newspaper articles to show that the agreement they tried to have with Umar and Seyi Makinde didn't work out. The next day was the day that the ground rent issue came up.
We should make the point that he has not acted, however, outside the law. The timing and the circumstances may seem suspicious. And it is gratifying that Emperor Wike of the Federal Capital Territory has a boss.
All right.
Who occasionally can say, no, don't do this.
Give them time. Yes.
You know, do it this way.
All right.
It's very good that President Tinubu gave direct orders
so we gave
to
Wike.
Oh, President we like to see more of that. We don't want to have.
Nyesom Wike was once the pride of the PDP, a strong man of River State, a loyalist turned kingmaker. But today, he stands accused of tearing the party apart from within. Since the 2023 elections, Wike has systematically dismantled the PDP's unity, credibility, and national presence while serving under an APC government. The question is not longer whether Wike is hurting the PDP. The question now is, how far will he go? And can the PDP survive? Let's get into it. It started in the lead-up to the 2023 presidential elections. Nyesom Wike, then governor of River State, had his eyes on PDP's presidential ticket, but he lost to Atiku Abubakar in a contest marred by accusation of betrayal, ethnic bias, and backroom deals. Wike, feeling betrayed, refused to support Atiku's candidacy. Instead, he formed the infamous G5, 5 PDP governors who opposed Atiku and demanded the resignation of party chairman Iyorchia. The condition was simple. The North could not hold both the presidential ticket and the party chairmanship. But Ayu refused to step down. And so, Wike and his allies waged war from within. He denied Atiku access to River State during the campaign. And when the dust settled, Wike openly admitted he had worked against the PDP at the polls.
The presidential candidate entered my state and picked members of the presidential council without the whole governor of the state having a contribution. The presidential candidate entered River State, picked those he wants to pick without the contribution of the governor. So they said they don't need me to campaign for them. That they don't want River people to campaign for them. Will you force yourself? No. Will you force yourself? No. If someone says doesn't want to, will you go and push yourself? No. You sit down and do the work you can do. and that is the end of it. I have no regret when I stood by with my colleagues and friends that this is the period the presidency must go to the south. There was nothing I was not offered. I said no. Yendeba. Now that you have taken, let us other people take. And I have no regret. Turn by turn. And I stand for it. I have no regret at all. And that's why we continue to support the government of Aswaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu. So, today as I'm going back home, I'm going with a person satisfied that my friend is back, that I'm back to my friend. This visit I came today will cause a lot of trouble.
The betrayal wasn't secret. It was public, deliberate, and calculated. After the APC's Bola Tinubu was declared winner of the 2023 election, many expected Wike to lay low, but instead, he did the unthinkable. He joined Tinubu's cabinet. As Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Wike became the first high-profile PDP member to serve under an APC-led administration. He insisted he had not defected. He claimed it was about national service, but critics saw it differently. This was a man who had not only betrayed his party in the election, was now working openly for their opponents. PDP loyalists cried foul, but no disciplinary action followed. Wike's influence within the party remained intact, even as he consolidated power in Abuja. For the APC, it was a masterstroke. They had successfully co-opted the opposition's most vocal figure. For the PDP, it was an existential crisis. Back home in Rivers State, Wike was not done. He had handpicked Siminalayi Fubara as his successor, but when Fubara began asserting independence, Wike struck hard. The Rivers State House of Assembly, loyal to Wike, moved to impeach Fubara. The 27 PDP lawmakers defected to the APC, creating a political standoff. The governor's aides were sacked. Government institutions were paralyzed. Fubara turned to President Bola Tinubu for intervention. What follows was a fragile peace pact brokered at the villa. But the terms were clear. Wike retained influence and Fubara had to tread carefully. This wasn't reconciliation, it was hostage politics. Wike had weaponized Rivers politics to keep the PDP in his crisis mode, and the national leadership watched helplessly. The defected 27 lawmakers, after noticing that their defection was not in favor of Nyesom Wike and his leadership structure in Rivers State, returned back to the PDP, which led to a series of court battles, which at the end of the day was declared by the Supreme Court in their favor. As the Rivers drama unfolded, Wike took his fights to the national stage. He clashed repeatedly with acting PDP chairman Umar Damagum. While Damagum faced pressure to discipline Wike, he defended him instead. Critics accused the chairman of collusion. The party became divided. Pro-Wike and anti-Wike factions emerged. The crisis escalated. Later on in 2025, Wike officially pulled out of the PDP reconciliation pact he had earlier signed with other governors. He blamed Seyi Makinde of Oyo and Peter Mbah of Enugu of breaking their promises. He called them dishonest. With that withdrawal, any hopes of unity collapsed. The PDP had to postpone its 99th NEC meeting, the very meeting meant to address these issues. The reason? Fear of internal sabotage and Wike's unpredictability.
This NEC is going to consider just 3 agenda which was adopted by the caucus, and also have the opportunity to fix another NEC immediately, to come back and consider other issues that are also germane for this party.
Divisions, mistrust, and lingering grievances within our ranks have at times hampered our progress and blurred our vision. We must recommit to healing these wounds and restoring faith among our members.
The BOT chairman has spoken deeply about tolerance, closing rank, humility. We need to do that with the hindsight that we are the only party standing.
Next, also received the resolution of the Southeast Zonal Executive with regard to the issue of the National Secretary and to be considered and deliberate upon in the next, which is slated for 30th June. NEP also received and ratified the composition of the committee on the zoning of national offices ahead of the National Convention.
Then came the most symbolic blow. As Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Wike oversaw the revocation of land titles across Abuja, but when it touched the PDP's national secretariats, the move felt personal. The building was sealed over unpaid ground rent. Wike said the law was being enforced, but few believed it was a coincidence. This was the headquarters of his own party, and it was shut down under his orders.
Strolling him, but let's come back to the matter. See,
Yes.
if you go and check Abuja as we speak, there are a lot of people living in homes ground rent have not paid. Once you're not on the political spectrum, people can overlook these things. But this PDP case was because of the political spectrum. See, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying do not pay ground rent. I'm not saying don't violate yourself. But Mbah, the truth has to be said in this country. No matter how much you try to keep your documents intact, when people want to mess you up politically in Nigeria, they will do it. Is it today PDP had ground rent issues? FIRS have come out and said they paid.
Yes.
Why wasn't the payment ratified? And please, I will ask the Abuja Development Council, whatever the council is, to please have a technologically based number. Once you pay, it issues as a return, and you have a backlog in their files. Why was it, some questions I want to ask, that why was it that it was when we saw Minister Wike take newspaper articles to show that the agreement they tried to have with Umar and Seyi Makinde didn't work out? The next day was the day that the ground rent issue came up, and you had
We
people
saw Wike's spokesman, what's
all
his
over.
name again? Wike's spokesman yesterday, and he was talking about the fact that this is not politically motivated.
Now, okay, it's not just Wadata Plaza, FIRS headquarters, as you mentioned, Ibru Hotel, NAPTIP. The thing with the PDP is that the timing of it, ahead of the NEC meeting, the circumstances in terms of Wike's issues with the leadership of the People's Democratic Party is what has made people to say it looks so suspicious. It looks politically motivated. That said, we should make the point that he has not acted, however, outside the law. The timing and the circumstances may seem suspicious. Because these same owners of properties in Abuja, when they have houses in London, they have houses in the US, they obey the rules. They pay the regular tax, they pay all the charges from the state. But if it is Nigeria, the elites in Nigeria have a sense of entitlement. And because they have a sense of entitlement, they think they are above the law. Were we not talking yesterday about how nobody, whether individual or institution, should think that they are above the law? The intervention of the president is welcome.
Yes.
The president has given 14 days. We're talking about 4,794 properties.
Over 4,000 properties.
Even within those 2 weeks, the FCTA does not have the capacity to manage that influx. If people now decide, okay, let us go and pay this ground rate, I think they should be given more time, and it is gratifying that Emperor Wike of the Federal Capital Territory has a boss who occasionally can say, no, don't do this.
Give them time. Yes.
Do it this way.
All right.
It's very good that President Tinubu gave direct orders
So we gave
to
him his
Wike.
powers.
President, we would like to see more of that. We don't want to have the impression that we have two presidents in Abuja.
Jagaban.
Only one man can be president at a time.
For critics, this confirmed what they had long suspected. Wike was no longer an opposition figure. He had become a Trojan horse, a sabotage embedded within.
In regard to the locking up of our party is absolutely sacrilegious, unacceptable, and culturally inadmissible. One, the Minister of Federal Capital Territory, Wike, Governor Wike, my political son, it looks like as if this is the party that brought you to life. The house that built you, the house that made you, no matter what, you can afford to even pay it on behalf of the family and come back with the receipt to say, you people are being careless. You haven't paid, I have paid it, this is the receipt, pay me back my money. This odium, the public odium, being put on PDP is enough for the party to look back and sit up. Because I am telling you that if today the FCT group goes to the APC headquarters, their party headquarters in Abuja, they probably will find the same problem. People can be careless. People can take things for granted, but this odium, he knew we were going to hold a very vital meeting, NEC meeting, the next to the National Convention. Today is unacceptable. It is some absolutely sacrilegious. My political son, Wike, you have to be very careful, because someday there will be an end to this ministry you are occupying. And you'll be somewhere else tomorrow. What do you want to be remembered for? That you went back home, you grabbed your family house and put a public odium in it? It is culturally unacceptable in an African setting. It is not right. It is not right. The other one that he has moved out from the agreement they made. Yeah, that's his first action. He had claimed that certain things were missing, that the people reneged on certain agreements they had made. Fine and dandy. You can represent it, you can repost it, but to say you are going to move out, if you want to move out of the party, nobody can stop you. But every now and then, you go to the public, Bola, Tinubu, the president, has said, you must deliver FCT to him. You must deliver River State to him. Is that the way to win the hearts and minds of people? Nigerians are very smart people. They will listen, they will hear, they will compare. And the decision of who runs the government depends on the people. It is the will of the people that really matters. With this kind of hula baloo, and trying to be the strong man, the lion man, there is nothing you cannot consume.
To understand Wike is to understand ambition. He's not acting without purpose. His moves are calculated. Some believe he's positioning himself for 2027 vice presidential slots under Tinubu. Others say he is building a political empire, independent of any party structure. Whatever the goal is, one thing is clear. Wike thrives in chaos. And the more fractured the PDP becomes, the more power he gains. His critics in the PDP are divided, disorganized, and unsure of how to contain him. And so, he continues unchecked. Every crisis he triggers further weakens the PDP's electoral prospects. Within the PDP, there is growing debate. Should Wike be expelled, or is he too powerful to confront? Expelling Wike risks total collapse in Rivers and other Wike-influenced states. Appeasing him means surrendering the party's integrity. Neither option is ideal. The party's silence is already costing it dearly. Faithful members are defecting, voters are confused, and the opponents are celebrating. PDP's identity is under threat. And unless decisive action is taken, Wike may end up controlling both the opposition and a share of the ruling government. With the 2027 elections looming, the PDP is at a crossroad. It must decide, rebuild from the grassroots and confront internal saboteurs, or continue as a party ruled by fear and compromise. Wike's actions have opened a dangerous precedent. The party's loyalty can be optional. That internal sabotage carries no consequence. If unaddressed, this could become the norm. For Tinubu and the APC, this is a win. A divided PDP means a clear path to re-election. But for Nigerians' democracy, it is a loss. A weak opposition means unchecked power. And history has shown where that leads any nation to. Nyesom Wike's journey from loyal party man to political disruptor is a case study in power politics. He has exposed the PDP's weak spine, exploited its divisions, and benefited from its indecision. As minister, he now holds executive power in the nation's capital. As a PDP member, he continues to shape its fate from within. The question is, will the PDP find the courage to confront him, or will it fade quietly under his shadow, and only time will tell? What do you think? Is Wike a necessary disruptor or a destructive force? Should the PDP expel him or try once again to reconcile? Will he run with Tinubu in 2027, or is he building something bigger? Drop your thoughts in the comment below, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more in-depth breakdowns in Nigerian politics, because this drama is far from over.